everyone! I'm Ariana Grande, and it is so good to be here tonight to celebrate the birthday of Maria Veloso, our beloved, adorable Tootie, as well as the birthday of 67 other celebrants celebrating their 70th birthdays too. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe Tootie is 70, and she's my biggest fan. Isn't it obvious? Look at her! She even wore the same dress that I'm wearing tonight. Am I right? Look! Or maybe it is I who copied the dress she's wearing. I don't remember. Enough of that. I want to just take a moment to thank you all for being here tonight for this celebration. Whether you traveled here to Boracay Island from California, New York, Utah, Vancouver, Australia, or whatever part of the world, you're in for a treat. So let's dive right in, shall we? First up, we have something very special, a video presentation highlighting the incredible milestones and unforgettable moments of Tootie's life and career. From the early days to right now, every chapter has been spellbindingly motivating, if I do say so myself. By the way, I'm making a cameo appearance in this video, so watch out for that.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
What is it, hot?
It's cold, air cold. This readout tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, this one tells you where you were. You input your destination time on this keypad. Say you want to see the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Or witness the birth of Christ. Here's a run-out date in the history of science, November 5th, 1955. Yes, of course, November 5th, 1955.
What? I don't get what happened.
That was the day I invented time travel. I remember it vividly.
This was the day she was born.
Who was born?
Maria Dulce Gutierrez.
And who's that?
The one who was born on November 5th, 1955. The same day I invented time travel.
The one I'm talking about is this woman right here. The one they call Tootie.
Why do they call her Tootie?
Because her name, Dulce, means sweet in Spanish. So she was called sweet nicknames when she was little. Tootsie Roll, Candy, Tutti Frutti. The name Tutti Frutti was their favorite. It just so happened that the song Tutti Frutti was written and recorded by Little Richard in September 1955 and released in November 1955, the same month Tootie was born. So that name Tutti Frutti stuck. And later they dropped the fruity, and that's how she became Tootie.
Okay. So what's her story, this Tootie?
Well, you see, she was born in 1955. The world looked a lot different back then. This was how Manila looked in 1955. And this is how America looked. It was the age of Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, the Kelvinator fridge, the hula hoop, Matchbox die-cast cars, Mr. Potato Head, the Slinky, and this doll called Barbie.
I can't believe some of those toys from Toy Story were actually made in the 1950s.
Yup, and you know what else was made in 1955?
What?
The happiest place on earth. That's what.
No, you don't mean...
Yes, I do mean Disneyland, of course. Walt Disney opened the happiest place on earth in July 1955, and just in time to welcome the birth of the happiest baby girl on earth 4 months later on.
Yeah, I know. November 5th, 1955. So what was life like for Tootie as a child?
Let's take a look in the time machine. Better yet, let's have Tootie tell her story in her own words.
Every story has a beginning. Mine started on November 5th, 1955, in the city of Manila, Philippines. I was born to a loving family and later had a happy childhood. But it didn't start out that way. When my mother was pregnant with me, she already had 3 daughters, my older sisters, Becky, Noemi, and Fides. Right after my mom got pregnant with me, my dad was called upon by his employer to work in Madison, Wisconsin for several months, leaving my mom in Manila to care for 3 daughters and a bun in the oven, me. Throughout her entire pregnancy, she corresponded with my dad through letters sent via airmail from Wisconsin to Manila and back. Many years later, when I was already an adult living in the States, my mom gave me all the letters that she and my dad wrote to each other in 1955. He from Wisconsin and she from Manila. Those letters changed my entire understanding of love. But more about that later. To understand my story, some background is necessary. I was born to Jose Gutierrez Jr., also called Pitong, the eldest son of Jose Gutierrez David, a Supreme Court Justice of the Philippines. My mother was Agueda Dizon, also called Tita, the youngest daughter of Urbano Dizon, who served as governor of Pampanga. I was the 4th girl, born to a family that desperately wanted a son. On the day of my birth, my father was away in Wisconsin. He learned he had a new child through a telegram from my uncle, Chomanolo Santos. I still have that telegram today. It says, "Congratulations, 6.5 pounds. Daughter born 4 a.m. November 5th. Family sends love. Manolo." My father had been hoping for a son, having already purchased a toy train in anticipation when my mother was pregnant with my 3rd sister. Despite his earlier wishes, he quickly sent my mother a letter declaring, "I am not a bit disappointed to have another girl because I know it is God's will. She is ours and I love her already, although I have not seen her yet." At the time, I remained nameless. My paternal grandfather, Lolo Pepe, was actively suggesting that I be named Gladys, but I'm grateful my parents chose Maria Dulce instead. Since my parents could no longer bear to be away from each other, after 8 months apart, a few weeks after I was born, I was put in the care of the nuns at St. Paul's Hospital in Manila, and my mom flew to the States to be with my dad in December 1955. I was in the care of the nuns for 7 months, while my parents were in Wisconsin, and my dad later told us that my mom cried every day because she felt so guilty leaving her newborn baby behind, along with her 3 other daughters. The day before my parents returned to Manila, my maternal grandfather, Lolo Banong, then governor of Pampanga, arrived at St. Paul's Hospital to take me home. The nuns must have expected to hand over a distressed 7-month-old, withdrawn after months without her parents during such a crucial time. Instead, when Lolo reached for me, I broke into the widest smile, as if to say, "I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming." That moment forged an unbreakable bond between us, and Lolo Banong would tell everyone who would listen that I was the happiest baby girl on earth. Then came the hospital bill. 711 pesos. My grandfather, an avid gambler, saw it as a sign. From that day forward, he nicknamed me 711 and called me his good luck charm. Soon thereafter, my parents came home from Madison, Wisconsin, to the waiting arms of their 4 daughters, me, the youngest one, a baby just 7 months old. But now let's go back to the day I was born, in November 1955. Little did anyone know that somewhere in the Visayan island of Cebu was an 8-year-old boy growing up, the eldest of his family of 4. His name was Bobby Veloso. There he is on the left, with his sister Marcel and brothers Freddy and Pachoy. I wasn't destined to meet Bobby until one fateful day, 24 years later.
So what was Tootie's childhood like?
Here, take a look in the time machine. She grew up in a house at 287 Carriedo Street, San Juan Rizal, a Spanish-style split-level house that her father designed and built. It was a home brimming with love, warmth, laughter, and music, and exceptional food. Tootie spent her entire education from grade school through college at Mary Knoll College on Katapunan Avenue in Quezon City, where she formed lifelong friendships with classmates, many of whom are here this evening. Her family spent summers in Baguio, the summer capital of the Philippines.
There's a summer place where it may rain or storm, yet I'm safe and warm.
When I was young, I'd listen to the radio, waiting for my favorite songs. When they played, I'd sing along. It made me smile. Those were such happy times, and not so long ago.
Then she graduated from college, worked at an advertising and publicity agency in Makati, then moved on to become an account executive at the Philippine Plaza Hotel. Thereafter, she moved to the Bay Area in California in 1979 on a student visa and stayed with her sister Becky's family in Union City while waiting for her fiancé from Manila to come to the state to marry her. But on one fateful day, May 1st, 1980, while on a lunch break at Barbizon School of Fashion Merchandising, Tootie met a man on the corner of Pine and Kearny in San Francisco.
Fancy meeting you alone in the crowd. Couldn't help but notice your smile.
The man who was to be the love of her life, Bobby Veloso. And get this, she met him just 3 hours after she ended her engagement to her former fiancé from Manila.
Wow, that's a twist of fate. What happened next?
Tootie started seeing Bobby on lunch and dinner dates soon after they met. And 2.5 weeks after they started dating, he asked her to marry him. And she said yes.
What? How did that happen so fast?
Well, as they say, when you know, you know. There were a lot of romantic interludes in those first 2.5 weeks, and the months that followed. Uh-oh, we're experiencing some interference here. What the heck is that good witch from Wicked doing here, interrupting our story?
My name is Glinda, pronounced Ga-Linda. Thank you very much. And I'm taking over from here because you boys don't know how to tell a love story. Okay, let's start again, shall we? Let me tell you a story that is so sparkly, so rejoicifying, that even my bubbles might get jealous of the shimmer. It's a love story of when Tootie met Bobby. I'm going to call this An Unexpected Twinkle. Nice title, right? Once upon a most extra magical morning in the city of San Francisco, our dear girl named Tootie woke up convinced that the day was going to be absolutely, dreadfully ordinary. After all, at 8 o'clock that very morning, she had sadly just broken things off with a fiancé from Manila. 2 years of planning? Poof. But imagine her surprise when the wind itself began to whisper, "Tootie, keep your eyes wide open today. Something amazifying is coming." So she did, and lo and behold, just 3 hours later, she was walking down a street, looking perfectly popular, I'm sure, when she spotted someone rather dazzling standing right on the corner of Pine and Kearny. Naturally, she floated over to where he was. Yes, one must float when one is a good witch, person. But of course, she used her very best acting ability to pretend she didn't see him at all. She continued to glide over the sidewalk like a fairy dancing a waltz, tossing her hair this way and that. and before she knew it, she heard a voice from behind her. No, it wasn't a flying wizard, it was him. He said, "Hi, how are you doing?" She looked up, her heart doing a little Galinda-like skip, and for a very breathless second, the world seemed to stand perfectly still. And so did time. From where she stood, she realized that his nearness filled her very soul with a fullness she'd never known. Sigh. They spent the next few minutes walking beside each other and conversing as though they had been besties all their lives. He made her smile, and she even heard herself laughing with a laughter that echoed from the happy days of her childhood. Before long, the sun had reached its zenith, and it was time to part ways with this handsome creature. And just like that, without waving a wand or casting any elaborate charms, Tootie and Bobby were both utterly bewitched. You know the feeling? That kind of spell that makes your heart flutter like a butterfly in a hurricane. So you see, he wasn't looking for her, and she certainly wasn't looking for him. But as fate would have it, they fell unusually, exceedingly, and altogether impossible to describe, in love. They were convinced without a single doubt that they were soulmates.
Okay, I gotta admit that Glinda does put a magical spin on Tootie's love story, but she missed the important part. How did the story end? Did they live happily ever after?
Hold on. We're getting another interference to the time machine's transmission.
Who is it this time?
It's someone whom Tootie idolized since she was a little girl.
An author of books?
No, that came later. What she really wanted to be was a singer, but not just any singer. She wanted to be...
Let me guess. Barbara Streisand.
Hello, gorgeous.
Excuse me, Miss Streisand, but how did you even know about Tootie? Have you met her before?
Tootie has been impersonating me since 1985 when I first sang the song Somewhere.
Wait, I thought it was Natalie Wood who sang Somewhere in West Side Story.
Yeah, the song was sung in the West Side Story movie in 1961, but Natalie Wood only lip-synced the song to the recording of an unknown singer. I was the first one who recorded the song and perform it in Carnegie Hall. Okay, watch how Tootie impersonated me in that performance.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air. Wait for us somewhere.
Oh wow, Tootie sounds just like you.
Okay, what year are you from? This was generated by AI, pal. Look it up. So why am I here? You asked about what happened to Tootie and Bobby. Here's the continuation of their story. Tootie's parents initially disapproved of Bobby. Why? 'Cause he was a divorced man with 2 daughters from a previous marriage. They would have preferred for Tootie to marry a man who had no previous marital ties.
So then what?
But despite her parents' objections, Bobby and Tootie were so much in love that they proceeded to tie the knot on November 15th, 1981 at Sequoia Lodge, a charming rustic retreat nestled in California's Oakland Hills. The day after their wedding, they moved to Los Angeles, settling into an apartment in West Hollywood.
Your every breath that I take, your every step I make.
One of the pivotal moments that altered the course of her life came when her father told her one day, "We Gutierrezes simply don't have the lung capacity to sing like professionals. We can never be great singers, it's just not in our blood." And with that, she abandoned her dream of becoming a singer, even though she had already planned to start her singing career with the stage name Rhea Savannah. Now, that's too bad that Tootie didn't know better. Singing power comes from controlled airflow driven by the diaphragm and respiratory muscles, not just lung capacity. She could have still pursued a singing career, but from what I hear, she damaged her vocal cords from her public speaking years. Because her singing career came to a screeching halt, she worked various jobs over the years. She had 21 jobs working for companies including a law firm, an accountancy firm, a stock brokerage, 2 interior design firms, showroom manager at the Pacific Design Center, a management consultancy firm, administration at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, a publicity firm for resort hotels and restaurants, a regulatory compliance director at a clinical trials company in Beverly Hills, and an institutional review board. What she began to realize after working for 21 companies is that she really did not want to work for any company as an employee. She wanted to be an entrepreneur, a self-employed business owner who was her own boss. She didn't have a clear idea of how to achieve that goal. She had started many businesses from scratch, but her business success was always short-lived, and many of her businesses failed to get off the ground. Until one day in 1999 when she worked as a sales copywriter at Aesop.com, an internet company owned by 32-year-old internet millionaire named Mark Joyner. Mark taught Tootie, who was known in business circles by her professional name Maria Veloso, everything he knew about how to write web copy. Web copy refers to the words on a website that compels people to buy whatever you're selling on your website, whether it be a product, service, a course, or software program. Before long, she mastered the art of writing web copy, became a celebrated and sought-after authority on web copywriting, and went on to write the book titled Web Copy That Sells: The Revolutionary Formula for Creating Killer Copy Every Time. It's the very first book that she has ever authored, and it was published internationally by HarperCollins. The book went on to be published in 3 editions. Then came the 2008 financial crisis, a global economic collapse that rippled across the world. Little did Tootie know that the hardship it unleashed would alter the course of her life and propel her into the ranks of best-selling author. As the subprime mortgage crisis deepened, Tootie's sister, Becky, and Becky's husband, George, both realtors, saw their income all but vanish. Living in Dublin, California, they soon found themselves on the brink of foreclosure, facing the devastating possibility of losing their home and leaving their family household of 8 homeless. It was at this critical moment that Tootie sprang into action. Determined to help save her sister's family, she wrote a book titled The 1 Minute Cure, hoping its potential sales could provide a financial lifeline. She completed the manuscript in just 6 weeks and released it online in August 2008. 8 months later, the book reached #1 on Amazon's bestseller list in the health category. Within 11 months of launch, it had generated over $1 million in cumulative revenue. The proceeds from the 1 Minute Cure also made it possible for Tootie to repair her family's home in San Juan, a house with a severely deteriorated roof and walls and ceilings ravaged by termites. Those repairs proved life-saving. When Typhoon Ondoy struck in September 2009, the newly repaired home withstood the devastation, potentially saving the lives of her mother, her sister Marcia's family members, and the household staff who lived there. Beyond that, the 1 Minute Cure's success provided the seed capital for 2 business ventures: the skincare brand Rodeo Drive Collection and the nutritional supplement company Quantum Wellness Botanical Institute. Both companies went on to become multi-million-dollar enterprises. She didn't realize it at the time, but years later she came to understand why the 1 Minute Cure became such a phenomenal success. The book was never written for selfish gain, not to enrich herself, not to achieve fame, and not to add another accolade to her name. It was born purely out of love. She wrote it for her sister Becky's family, driven by a simple yet powerful intention to keep a roof over their heads and food on their table so they could survive the storm of the financial crisis. When an endeavor is fueled by genuine love and selfless purpose, success becomes inevitable. And succeed it did. 17 years after its release in 2008, The 1 Minute Cure remains a top-earning book in 2025. That enduring momentum is why Tootie fondly calls it her Energizer Bunny, because it just keeps going and going and going. Through all her entrepreneurial endeavors, Tootie continued writing health and wellness books over the years under the imprint of Think Outside the Book, Inc., a publishing company that she has co-owned with Bobby since 2005. To date, she has written 15 books, the latest titled Fountain of Youth Discovered, released in October 2025, which immediately became an Amazon bestseller in the categories of preventive medicine and biochemistry science. This is something I didn't notice before. Tootie didn't just write health and wellness books. She also wrote a novel titled Midwinter Turns to Spring, the only novel that comes with its own music soundtrack of songs that she co-wrote with Bobby. That's a novel idea, a novel that sings. Why didn't I think of that? She has 2 stepdaughters from Bobby's first marriage, Vivian Tangi and a grandchild named Andrick. But no, she had no biological children of her own. Although God didn't bless her with children, He did bless her with books that she happily plants into people's lives. She always says that writing books is like planting tiny seeds that have the potential to become giant sequoia trees. Tootie and Bobby lived in Beverly Hills, California, in a house they were able to buy from the proceeds of, you guessed it, the 1 Minute Cure book. They lived there from August 2010 to January 2020. They were actually my neighbors since we lived in the same zip code, 90210. In February 2020, they moved to a lakeside community in Summerlin, Nevada, a community where they have forged a lot of friendships, and where they continue to thrive and prosper as book publishers, authors, and health, wellness, and longevity advocates. To this day, if you ask her what central philosophy has inspired her life's endeavors, it's her grandfather Lolo Pepe's favorite poem, a poem that was framed and which hung on the wall of her parents' bedroom in San Juan. Here are the words of the poem. I shall pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it. For I shall not pass this way again.
All the secrets in the universe whisper in our ears. All the years that come and go, take us up, always up. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again.
We're finally here.
We're in the future now? What year is it?
It's the year 2026. 70 years since we saw the birth of Maria Dulce Gutierrez, whom we fondly call Tootie.
So now's the time to introduce the other 67 ladies celebrating their 70th birthday, right?
You got that right. We'll let Tootie introduce them.
70 years is not a sunset. It is the golden hour, when the light falls soft and everything it touches turns to treasure. Today, we celebrate 67 extraordinary women, each one 70 years old or about to turn 70 this year. Each one proof that life's most beautiful chapters are still being written. 1971, 1972, 1973, bell-bottoms, platform shoes, and miniskirts. Soirees, dance parties, junior and senior proms. These were the girls who danced to the music of a generation.
Good morning, yesterday. You wake up and time has slipped away, and suddenly it's hard to find the memories you left behind. Remember, do you remember the laughter and the tears? and the bad you've seen, and all the others in between. Remember, do you remember the times of your life? Do you remember? Reach back for the joy and the sorrow. Put them away in your mind. For memories are time that you borrow to spend when you.
They were cheerleaders and bookworms, rebels, dreamers, activists, and hopeless romantics. They wrote in diaries, passed notes in class, sang in glee club, gushed about their teenage crushes, the boys they met at the party last Saturday. Some were loners and others were social butterflies, aspiring journalists typing for the school paper. And they all wondered what the future might hold.
Will you remember the times of your life? Gather moments while you may, collect the dreams you dreamed today. Remember, will you remember the times of your life? Of your life.
Look at these faces. See how the spark in their eyes at 17 still burns bright at 70. That's not age. That's a flame that won't be extinguished.
Do you remember, baby? Do you remember the times of your life?
We run together from the darkness on a yellow August morning, so the warmth will make us free. We rise up early in the morning just to see the sun come singing till it falls into the sea. Some people live just.
We may not all be governors or ambassadors, doctors, authors, or beauty queens. Our music is not found in titles, but in the quiet harmony of being who we are. Because we are, we.
But we chase the wind into forever, past 1,000 rainy mornings, and as our love moves into evening, we'll be known as only we. 1,000 rainy mornings, and as our love moves into evening, we'll be known as only we.
70 isn't a finish line. It's a starting gate. These 67 women are proof that you can bloom at any age, that passion doesn't expire. and that the heart never gets too old to dream. To our 67 remarkable women turning 70, thank you. Thank you for showing us how to age with grace, laugh with wild abandon, dance like nobody's watching, and love without limits. Here's to your next beautiful chapter.
And to feel the world with love, and to feel the world with love, and to feel the world with love, my whole life through. In the noontime of my life, I shall look to the sunshine, sunshine, at the moment in my life when the sky is blue.
Sometimes, not often enough, we reflect upon the good things, and those thoughts always center around those we love. And I think about those people who mean so much to me, and for so many years have made me so very happy.
We do not age, we ripen. Each year adds luster, each laugh deepens the glow. Tonight, we stand not older, but golden.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에, given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be.
I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, 'cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. 'Cause I see on stage, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dreaming hard, we came so far now.
Next up, let's keep the island vibes going with a performance that's super sweet and special. Please welcome Jopang Belazarian Narma and her husband, Greg Helmer, who are going to serenade us with a ukulele-accompanied medley. They'll be joined by a surprise hula dance by someone you all know and love. This is pure joy. Let's give it up for Jopang and Greg. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Jopang, Greg, and Tata Joe. You all gave a thrillifying performance. And then slide right to, okay, next, we're turning up the energy. Get ready for a mini concert featuring 3 incredibly talented recording artists from Star Magic. The amazing Sasa Dagdag, Bryant, and Jamie. These voices are about to blow you away. First up is Sasa. Put your hands together and show her some love. Oh my gosh, that was just amaze-ifying. Sasa's voice is just as beautiful as mine. Well, almost. Now let's listen to her sing with her brother, Bryant Dagdag. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? These two just gave Andrea Beausoleil and Celine Dion a run for their money. That was scandalously good. Now, let's hear from just Bryant. Show us what you've got. Next up is a song performed by Bryant, followed by a duet with his wife, another amazing singer named Jamie. Man, oh man, this just keeps getting better and better. The next number is a duet by Sasa and our very own Bobby Veloso. Yep, that Bobby Veloso, husband of Tootie, known by his artist name, Zendrick. This song titled From Where I Stand was written by Tootie, including the lyrics. It's from Midwinter Turns to Spring, her novel that comes with its own music soundtrack of songs written by the two of them. I can't wait to hear this. Wow, that sounds like the theme from an epic drama. I'd like to sing that song in my next album. May I please? Okay, I'll have my people call your people so we can set it up. But enough about me. Let's give a listen now to Zendrick singing a song by Donny Hathaway from the 70s. Okay, I'm running out of superlative words to describe the singing talent in this room. But now, Sasa has saved her best songs for last. First, a song in Tagalog. Can't wait to hear this. Well, like I said before, Sasa is almost as good as me. Maybe we should collab. Call me, okay? And now, for our grand finale, we have something unforgettable. A very special dance number set to an original song titled In the Morning As You Sleep. This flamenco-inspired track was written by our very own Bobby Veloso, also known as Zendrick, with lyrics by Maria Veloso, our very own Tootie. Fun fact, it's another song featured on the soundtrack of Midwinter Turns to Spring, the only novel in the world written by Tootie, with its very own original music soundtrack. Tonight, this dance number is choreographed and led by the incredible Rose Thiessen and performed by Darai, Goya, with their dashing DIs, Gentry, Bobby, Rod, and Jiffer. Let's show them some love! Wow, just wow. That was breathtaking. Thank you so much to Rose and your amazing dance crew. That was ballroom dancing at its best. And with that, I must take a bow. But before I go, I want to say again, happy 70th birthday to our dear Tootie, as well as the 67 70th birthday celebrants. Thank you all for making this night so unforgettable with your beautiful energy, and most of all, love. And now, it's time for some dancing! Let's get the ball rolling with a song by our fangirl Tootie's boy band idols, the K-pop international superstars called BTS. Leading the dance is one of your DIs for the evening, Bobby Bonkales Ruba. Everyone who loves BTS, come and join in!